Well, everyone. I was not expecting T-Mobile to do this, but before the video starts, I want to specify that this new gap into closing dead zones is only limited to, as of now, beta testing and then soon only to text messages. It is not, however, going to be oh my, no more dead zones for cellular data connectivity. This is for emergency calling and texting wherever there is not a cell tower, or if there's a natural disaster, say a hurricane, flood, fire, you name it. But I wanted to specify that before the video gets started. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I literally got done just uploading my macOS Ventura video, and this came out of left field. I was not honestly expecting the CEO of T-Mobile to make this uncarrier announcement. This is big because I don't care who you are, but or if you don't get into the cellular tech stuff, but we are finally as a United States country are going to kill off
I gave a little preview
dead
of this
zones
without a lot of people knowing that I did. I foreshadowed it during the announcement of our latest uncarrier move at T-Mobile that we call Coverage Beyond. And I told the public then that T-Mobile's mission as a company, our corporate mission, is to be the best in the world at connecting customers to their world.
and they're in 41 depending on to where it's congested, which is the 5G ultra capacity. Has been living up to that promise, but ultra wideband, mid-band 5G from Verizon and 5G Plus from AT&T. I also have an AT&T SIM around here that I use when my Comcast is out because it's got a very high premium hotspot and all that whole 9 yards. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're just talking about the uncarrier, the pink thumb as I call it, T-Mobile, because that is my primary carrier. That is my primary
Beyond
carrier.
Was all about connecting people beyond the reach of our cellular network. With that move, we became the first company of our kind worldwide to offer ubiquitous global cellular high-speed data built right into our most popular plan. 220 countries around the world connected to cellular partners that we have. And we announced that we'd connect you when you're on your way by partnering with all the major airlines in the United States for built-in Wi-Fi for the entire flight at no extra charge. That was Coverage Beyond.
Now, this stuff here, the Wi-Fi stuff and traveling stuff, I don't personally travel out of the United States, so I have no worries about it right now. But, hey, that is nice.
And tonight, we're taking things together with our new partners at SpaceX, a huge, giant leap forward. Because tonight we are announcing a technology alliance that we call Coverage Above and Beyond.
Also known as Coverage in Infinity coverage.
And it's big because it is about solving the biggest pain point in the over 40-year history of our industry. This partnership has a vision that is the end of mobile dead zones.
About time, because Verizon has very little dead zones, but you have AT&T that has also very little dead zones. T-Mobile is the culprit when it comes down to dead zones. I've had multiple times when I'm traveling, but on the backside of Florida, near just north of Crystal River and along the Gulf Coast, where there are dead zones from T-Mobile, and I have to know otherwise because I don't roam. I have to rely on my AT&T SIM. So does everyone else in the vehicle that has T-Mobile have to rely on my AT&T line for connectivity.
Listen, this is a big pain point. Our country is vast. In fact, it's the fourth largest country in the world by landmass. There are 500,000 square miles uncovered by any cellular network. And this is important. It's important for safety. It's important for connectivity with the people we love. It's important for people in rural areas, for first responders, for sports people like the people in the video. But honestly, it's important for all of us. Because, we have every single one of us, driven down that windy country road through the hills and dales, beyond the reach of any cellular network, and begun to wonder, what would happen? Am I okay? Is this a time? This is not a time when I want my car or my bike or something or my person to fail. This is important. And
I want to preference that he is talking about, when you go out into like the Rocky Mountains or in Tennessee, along Tennessee, Western North Carolina, West Virginia, the mountains up there, because of the mountains, the peaks and everything, you will lose service going through the Tennessee mountains. It's a guaranteed. Verizon, it's very, very rare when you do. It really depends on to the weather conditions, but I get where he's coming from. He's rambling a little bit, but this was a live stream. I will save y'all that.
It's about imagining a different future. Imagining a future where if you have a clear view of the sky, you are connected on your mobile phone.
This includes iPhones and Android phones alike.
Because this is a technology partnership about dedicating a slice of T-Mobile's mid-band PCS spectrum to be integrated into Starlink satellites launched next year.
There you go. So they'll integrate it to where the PCS connectivity of T-Mobile looks like it's going to be band 25. I'll have to contact a few people and see where that goes and see about the stats and details as this goes on for next year. But that's where we're starting off. As of now, they're going to start off with text message and then eventually phone calls, and then eventually probably maybe within 5 to 10 years, I don't expect that to take off until then, cellular data connectivity over satellites. This is a good step in a direction for T-Mobile, for Starlink, Verizon, AT&T. Watch out. Your ads saying y'all have nationwide coverage. Y'all are the top. We actually cover nationwide. Well, T-Mobile, if this goes the way T-Mobile and Elon Musk stated, T-Mobile's coming for Verizon and AT&T and their money. This covers the whole United States and its territorial waters, Puerto Rico and its area and its territorial waters. This is 100% of coverage. If this satellite connectivity over the next 10 to 20 years or even 30 years takes off like the cellular grid did for the 2G, 3G, 4G, and then now 5G over the next 40 years, we could no longer need fiber optic internet eventually. There could be a world where you connect to your nearest cell tower that could be like a tree, and that cellular could beam, that technology could go into a satellite dish, beam as a laser through all the atmospheric clouds and all the other stuff on this planet to a satellite dish, which then also could connect us to another satellite dish throughout outer space, and have, when Elon Musk wants to congregate humans on Mars, we could have the same thing. So T-Mobile and Starlink and SpaceX are partnering together, and if this plans out over the next, I want to say 50 years, if this goes the way that they're hyping it up to be, the world of fiber could be in trouble eventually. Like low band fiber. I'm talking the low band 200 megabit, 300 megabit per second fiber. That could be in trouble. But when it comes down to 1 gigabit fiber and higher, or even 500 Mbps fiber and higher, no. But when it comes down to cell towers, this is one step towards having a future of no dead zones. Hopefully, this lives up to its promise, and hopefully it works. Because I'm going to give it hope. I'm not going to sit here and trash talk it. T-Mobile does need to work on their dead zones. They suck when they have dead zones. They're very good carrier. But they also do need to work on their security when it comes down to user data.
So that our vision becomes that you can connect with your existing phone. That is incredible. Because it's a lot like putting a cellular tower in the sky, just a lot harder.
Yep, it is a lot harder. Now, I'm hearing that it will broadcast at 2 gigahertz. So, like, N41 broadcasts at 2.5 gigahertz. If you're talking about Verizon or AT&T C-band, N77, that broadcasts at 3.7 gigahertz. Unless you're talking about AT&T DoD Spectrum, then that's 2.4 gigahertz. Or not 2.4, excuse me, 3.4 gigahertz. And then, of course, you have that 600 megahertz low band N71 on T-Mobile, and then of course a bunch of other spectrum holdings of bands and stuff like that, including your 4G LTE.
We're here with the world experts at SpaceX because we're using a piece of spectrum that your phone already knows. It's a piece of spectrum your phone already knows how to connect to. In fact, the vast majority of phones out there, our aspiration is for them to work right out of the gate with this. And so this is something that
I'm hearing it's going to use the old legacy, rumored old legacy Band 25 from Sprint. That's what I was hearing speculation of. Confirmation will come from T-Mobile and cellular enthusiasts down the road as we move on. But this is a big step. I'm going to leave this video down in the description so y'all can watch this. Let me know what y'all think down below. Is this a good step towards combating dead zones? Or do you think this is going to flop on its face? Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. This is Austin. Thank you for watching Austin's Tech. If you're new to the channel, I cover Apple's updates, Apple iPhones, software updates, Mac OS, iOS, iPad OS, watch OS, you name it, with an accessibility twist. I appreciate you for watching, and I will see y'all later. Peace.